What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. So I realized after I did Nip Tuck yesterday that I only actually have like a couple or like a few songs left, 4 actual songs, and then one is an interlude and one is an outro. And both of those are less than a minute long. So I thought I'd put them all together in one video just so we can close out the album. And that will give us plenty of time to do features and one-off songs that you guys have been asking for a ton of time. And I've just kind of been putting them on the back burner so that I could finish the albums. So we're going to do this video in the comment section down below. I'd love for you guys to recommend where I should go from here in terms of Nicki, like singles, one-off songs, features, all of that stuff as we prepare for Pink Friday 2, which is super exciting that it's going to be here in like a little over a month. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to make sure that this volume is correct because that's super low. You will notice that I'm going to be doing this on Spotify. Actually, I just realized that my screen is like frozen. So let me unfreeze it here real quick. There we go. So you will notice that I'm going to do this on Spotify because I noticed online like none of them have music videos. So this way I can just do them all in one place instead of switching from video to video. Yeah, I think without further ado, let's get into it.
I said I'm cool on it, baby, yeah. I'm straight. You say it's love, I don't want it, yeah. Too late, but you too much, too little, yeah. Too late, you do too much, too little, yeah. Too late, but you too much, too little, yeah. Too late, but you too much, too little, yeah. Too late, but you too much, too little, yeah. Too late, but you too much, too little, yeah. Too late.
And so just want to think about, like, it's very simple so far. It seems like she's just saying the same thing over and over again. But she's saying, boy, you're too much, too little, too late. And it's called the Too Lit, Too Late interlude. But the fact that this is after Nip Tuck, and we know what she was talking about on Nip Tuck, especially with the chorus, I think that it really makes sense to hear her say this right after that song.
Too much, too little, yeah. Too late, but you too much, too little, yeah. Too late. But you too much, too little, yeah. Too late, but you too much. I'm cool on that, I'm straight. You should have been listening in. Too busy glistening in. Why you ain't listen back then. Now you too much, too little, yeah. Too late.
Hey. I mean, listen, that was like super simple. Very like just kind of saying the same thing over and over again. But talking to the boys out there, there's probably a lesson in there somewhere. I think, right? Just listen. It's something that we as guys are not always good at doing. So I think that we could definitely take that. As simple as that was, I think that's a message that we could 100% take away from that. Let's move right along, guys. Get into an actual song. The next song on the track list is Come See About Me. Without further ado, let's play it.
Come see what I've been up to. Come see about me. I know you had a lot of work to do. Ooh, you got used to things without me, baby. Yeah, you got used to everything I never did. You got sick of being sick of all my flaws. You got over all the pain I ever caused, and I didn't mean it, no. But they say it's all what you make it. Maybe it's all in the making. Love's always love, you can't fake it. So please don't try to deny me of that, no.
I was gonna say I'm really glad, and maybe I said this in the previous song too. I'm really glad to see that there was a lot of the singing side incorporated in this album too. Just because it's a side of her that I've recently discovered, but also discovered that I really like. So I'm really glad there's a lot of singing on here, but yeah, love's always love, you can't fake it. I like that line, very deep.
Don't try to deny me of that, no. You know
Okay.
No, it can't always be about me. Just come see about me. Come see about me. I'm doing good, boy, I'm up where we belong, yeah. You know I'm still trying to find where we went wrong, yeah. So come see about me.
This is a great sound. I would 1000% listen to this like over and over again. This and Nip Tuck. And a bunch of other songs on the album, but those two particularly really have stood out to me. And then on the rap side, I mean, like, come on, like LLC, Barbie Dreams, like those are pretty insane. But speaking on this side of things, like the more singing side of things, Nip Tuck and this one, and even Run and Hide, which I really, really enjoyed. There's several songs I'm walking away with from this album thinking I really want to listen to that song again.
Come see about me. Come see about me. It won't hurt just to see where we could be. So come see about me. Yeah. Want you to see how much I changed up. Ooh, I just hope I'm not too late. I know you're hesitant about it, but I got a lot I wanna say to you. Hate that I can never measure up. Hate that I can never be the one you needed. 'Cause now I'm the one who needs you. But baby, they say it's all what you make it. Maybe it's all in the making. Love's always love, you can't fake it. So please don't try to deny me of that. No, you know my heart couldn't take it. Maybe it's all in the making. Love's always love, you can't fake it. Say baby, ooh, you know I need you to come see about me.
Yo, so
See
good.
about me. No, it can't always be about me. Just come see about me. Come see about me. I'm doing good, boy, I'm up where we belong, yeah. You know I'm still trying to find where we went wrong, yeah. So come see about me. Come see about me. Come see about me. Won't hurt just to see where we could be. So come see about me. Yeah.
It won't hurt just to see what we could be, so come see about me. Very interesting. So like this song feels like a second chance. Like that's kind of what it feels like at something that maybe didn't pan out, and you're always curious about what would have happened if that panned out. Like that's kind of the emotion or the type of situation that it's making me think of.
Come see about me.
This chorus is so good. Oh, hold
Come
up.
see about me. No, it can't always.
You gotta hear that part again. She layered in.
Come see about me. Come see about me. No, it can't always be about me. Just come see about me. Come see about me. I'm doing good, boy, I'm up where we belong, yeah. You know I'm still trying to find where we went wrong, yeah. So come see about me. Come see about me. Come see about me. Won't hurt just to see where we could be. So come see about me.
Next song is Sir featuring Future, but before I start that, one of the thoughts that was going through my head near the end of the song, as I was just listening to her sing, and I was like really thinking about the lyrics. I feel like maybe part of the reason why I like this side of her so much is because on the rap side of things, she's so confident, so sure, so like, I'm the best, I run this shit, you're my sons, and almost bulletproof or impenetrable on that side. So when she does these other songs where she's singing and she's like, usually the singing ones have a little bit more vulnerable side, especially in terms of like the lyrics as well. I think that's the part that's intriguing to me, because the truth is the I'm untouchable, bulletproof, impenetrable is not real life. Like, everybody's penetrable. Everybody can be, you know, and like in certain regards it can be true. Like, if you're the best at the thing that you do, yeah, like in that specific thing, it can be very true. But how many of us can like relate to that feeling? Like, how many of us are the best at the thing that we do in our field? Unlikely, right? Because there can only really be one best. Like, it's just how being the best works. So it's hard for a lot of us to relate to that side. But when she shows us like I'm vulnerable and I have these insecurities and this other side of me, I think it's super intriguing because we can relate to that. I'm vulnerable. I'm insecure with certain things, and I have a hard time with X, whatever the thing might be. So I was just thinking about that in those lyrics. Like, it definitely, I think that's like the appeal for me when I listen to that side of her music. Moving on, I'm not sure this will be the same subject matter. This is featuring Future. The song is called Sir. Not sure what we are going to expect here, but let's go.
What up? Yeah. I can see it. All this green, sir. Blowing weed, sir. Big ol' rent, sir. Make your boo and want some more.
Yo, headline tour, sir, with the band, sir. I ain't pressed, sir, over a band, sir. Get her a ticket, sir, she's a fan, sir. Can't keep her man off my Instagram, sir. New slaves, but I'm still...
So that line can be very general, because it could really be anybody. And what she's trying to say is like, my Instagram has pictures of me. Guys want to see pictures of me. So any guy could really be like on her Instagram. But I do believe, I'm not always up to date on all the information, but I do believe there was some like commenting on posts or liking of posts that was going on. Something. So I feel like there might be a specific thing that's being mentioned here.
Can't keep her man off my Instagram, sir. New slaves, but I'm still the master.
Come on.
I'm whipping foreigns to make them go faster. Miss Aretha, I think I just passed her.
Bro, no. No. New slaves, but I'm still the master. So again, she's doing like the I'm the master, you guys like follow what I do. Like, that's the master slave, you know, dynamic. I'm whipping foreigns to make them go faster. Like, I'm whipping foreigns, like I'm driving like foreign whips, foreign cars to go faster. But I'm whipping foreigns. That is the description of what masters were doing to slaves. Slaves who were typically not the same color as them, so they were foreign. I'm whipping foreigns to make them go faster? No. That line is crazy. Oh my God.
Miss Aretha, I think I just passed her. Icy Paddock, tell him kiss my ass, sir. Pretty gangster, pretty gangster. Said she was better than me, what a prankster. He said you bad, Nicki, I said thanks, sir. Stay in some Fresh Prince, Ashley Banks, sir.
Come on, Ashley Banks, Fresh Prince. And then she mentioned I just passed Aretha. I didn't want to stop it because I had just stopped it for a while. But I believe she passed some sort of record. Again, I know that I've seen stuff, like people have mentioned comments and stuff, but I'm not going to always remember everything. So feel free to fill me in down below and let me know what exactly that was referencing.
Call me AI, sir, I'm the answer. I'm in the playoffs, sir, I advance, sir. These niggas broke, they ain't got no plan, sir. I call them sway, they ain't got the answer.
Come on.
Ass shot, sir, with no chase, sir. Pretty titties all up in his face, sir. They double tap, sir, it's a fact, sir. All the comments saying it's a snack, sir. New day, I'm
okay, it's just there's like way too much going on. I'll bring it back to this point, but all the way back to here, they call me AI Allen Iverson, but his nickname was also The Answer. So that was a nice reference. I'm in the playoffs. I advance. So you have to advance to be in the playoffs. And then as you're in the playoffs, you have to continue advancing. So she's saying, I'm going to keep winning. And then as we go down, nice Sway reference. You don't have the answers. The famous Kanye West interview. Would she say ass shots with no chaser? That was nice because we know that's a sexual innuendo double. There was something else down here. Hold on. This part right here. Ride him like a sled, Dasher and Prancer. So reindeers that pull Santa's sleigh, right? That's a sled. I bust it open for him out in Cancer. I'm curious if there's more to this, but like in terms of star sign, I'm not sure yet. But also thinking in terms of like bust it open, like what do you do with cans? You bust them open, right? That was crazy. But Cannes, like film festival, is held at Cannes, so it's like a place in France. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure exactly where Cannes is. I don't even think you pronounce the S. Whatever. I'm not the most up to date on stuff, so.
Foreign mountain cancer.
Found balls, sir, I have a drought, sir. Them bum bitches ain't allowed, sir.
I like she going into singing.
Nicki Hendrix.
On the gas, sir.
Nicki Hendrix. Is it his last name Hendrix? Maybe?
On the gas, sir. Spurs and cash, sir. Blowing cash, sir.
Okay.
Fucking hoes, sir. Ride fire, sir. Dirty fountain, sir. Hot Atlanta, sir. Cockin' helmet, sir. Shoot my mountain, sir. Excuse my mountain, sir.
So sorry guys, I normally don't have cuts in the video, but I actually ran out of space as I was recording that. Normally I'm pretty good at like being ahead of that and like making sure I have space before I start recording, but I guess I just forgot today. So I went back and I looked at where I think I left off, and I think it was somewhere here. Hopefully that's true. This is still Sir, Future, whatever. Probably don't have to say that since we're still in the video. Whatever. Let's go. Oh, that's not correct. Sorry. There we go.
Cockin' helmet, sir. Shoot my mountain, sir. Excuse my mountain, sir. Automatic, sir. My bitch the baddest, sir. I'm living lavish, sir. Fuck all the static, sir. Out on bond, sir. Serving dope, sir. Where I'm from, sir. They serve your mom, sir. Cocaine than the jet bar, sir. Stars in the center, sir. Dope in the attic, sir. Tarzan, sir. I'm driving fast, sir. Jell Garden, sir. NASCAR, sir. Pluto, my first name. Cash, last name, sir. He want a body, sir. He tryna get some stains, sir.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say, I feel like Future is more of like a vibe artist. I don't know if that's the right way to put that, but like, I don't know about you guys. Maybe things are going over my head. It's not like I'm finding like great substance in the lyrics here, but I'm not sure that I usually am looking for that if I'm listening to Future, if that makes sense. That being said, you do see that like this was the flow that Nicki was trying to go with. Nicki just did it in a far more creative way because she, for example, like a lot of his lines are ending with sir. And he's not really like playing on that, how like Nicki had a line that ended with Prancer. Like the word was Prancer. But the end of Prancer, sir, sounds like sir, but she's not saying sir. But she's still playing on that thing of like ending your lines with sir. She just found a word that ends in sir, so she's not actually saying like sir on its own. And it's just little things like that that I think are like take you from here to here. Again, I'm not trying to hate. I listen to like some Future stuff. I think it's just more you listen to it to get hype, or you listen to it for the vibe, or whatever. That's just my opinion.
On the gas, sir. On the gas, sir. Spurs and cash, sir. Blowing cash, sir. Fucking hoes, sir. Fucking hoes, sir. Ride fire, sir. Ride fire, sir. Dirty fountain, sir. Dirty fountain, sir. Hot Atlanta, sir. Hot Atlanta, sir.
You know, like half of it's just the same lines, right?
Cock and hammer, sir. Cock and hammer, sir.
Phone ball, sir, I have a drought, sir. Them bum
Excuse my
bitches
manners,
ain't
sir. Excuse my manners, sir.
Sorry. Next up, we have Miami. I feel like having to stop there kind of threw off my flow a little bit. But doesn't matter. We're going to keep it going. We have this song and one more song, Coco Chanel, and then the outro. So I think Nicki Minaj part on like Sir, crazy. I think Future's part, like in terms of like creating a vibe and an aesthetic for the song, made sense. But I think in terms of like matching what Nicki did, I mean, it definitely felt like you were listening to two different levels of performance on that one. So that's just how I feel about it. Not trying to hate, just my opinion. Next up, we have Miami. Let's check out what we got.
I ain't really finna tell y'all how to get away with murder and shit.
Just the other day I was out in Miami. Got the Lolo on them perks, Lolo on them Zannies. Niggas know my bitches petty, I ain't talking monies. Pull up with a lot of bodies, don't forget the addies. When I
You know my, what did she say? You know my chick's petty, I ain't talking manis. But like pedicures and manicures, that was dope. Okay.
Addies, don't forget the addies. When I run up in the town, I ain't chitty chatty. Got some real pretty titties that come with a fatty. Too much money, I ain't never need a sugar daddy. I'm the belle of the ball, you could call me Patty. I flew in from
Patty LaBelle. I'm the belle of the ball. Patty LaBelle. You can call me Patty.
call me Patty. I flew in from Trinidad, peep this nigga pressin'. I think that he popped the molly, cause look how he sweatin'. I'ma let my niggas rob him as soon as it's settin'. None of you bum bitches can't sit with me and Gretchen. It's the biggest, a bitch ain't cool.
Gretchen. Should I know that reference? I'm not sure.
It's the biggest, a bitch ain't cough one time, it's the sickest. I don't never click up, but they know who the click is. Fast little bitches, but of course I'm the quickest. Mortal Kombat, Ninja Nicki, who your pick is?
Hey, yo, Queen.
Okay, like, and this is where, like, are these lines the craziest on their own? Not necessarily. But what makes them hit harder is her attitude when she delivered this. And this is something that some people miss. They think that it's only about the toughness or the hardness of the lyrics or the creativity of the lyrics, or it's only about the sound. And they don't realize that you need both. To be top tier, you need both. Otherwise, you'll always be considered good in your lane. Like, oh, that person, they make good like dance songs or pop songs. Oh, that person, they're a good lyricist. And they'll never say they're a top artist. They'll say they're a good lyricist. But it's that combination of the two that makes you elite or the best, right? So just looking at this here, she says, didn't cough one time, it's the sickest. So sick, cough, but if I didn't cough, then I'm the sickest. So it's just the juxtaposition of those two things. Don't ever click up, but they know who the click is. She's saying it's just the opposite natures there. So that is cool as it is, but the way she delivered it, the attitude that she brought behind it, I think is what makes that land a lot harder. And then down here was dope too.
Fast little bitches, but of course I'm the quickest. Mortal Kombat, Ninja Nicki, who your pick is?
Hey, yo, Queen. Got the customers out here, man. They loving this shit, man. They loving this shit, man. Where you at, man? Where you at, man? We need you here, man. I know you in Miami.
Just the other day I was out in Miami. Got the Lolo on them perks, Lolo on them Zannies. Niggas know my bitch is petty, I ain't talking monies. Pull up with a lot of baddies, don't forget the addies. When I run up in the town, I ain't chitty chatty. Got some real pretty titties that come with a fatty. Too much money, I ain't never need a sugar daddy. I'm the belle of the poor, you could call me Patty. You could take all of my bitches out to Abu Dhabi. Let one of my besties confiscate your Maserati. You should throw a party on the yacht for everybody. If we fuck your shit up, OMG, I'm Betty Sadi. You could call me Barbie, cause I look just like a dolly. Yes, I buried them when they come for me, call me Holly. Since I finished her, my niggas call me the finale.
Oh, I was trying to think about it for a second. Yes, I bury them when they come for me, call me Holly. Like Halle Berry. Okay, that was clever. Nice.
I bury them when they come for me, call me Holly. Since I finished her, my niggas call me the finale. I'm a busy bitch, I'm filthy rich, no time to poly. Hey yo, swerve to the palace, this the Queens like it's Hollis. Put $15 million on it. Ask LL, I'm doing it. Don't get cute and ruin it. All my skill, I hone it. I pity opponents. It look easy, don't it? It look easy, don't it? It look easy, don't it?
So that's something I have to say I talk about fairly often. And it's a thing where, like, when somebody's really good at doing something, they will make you think that doing that thing is easy. And that's the difference between, like, people who are, like, good at something and people who are great at something. And sometimes it really messes with our perception because we're like, oh, like, it's no big deal. You know, LeBron James flies through the air and dunks or whatever. Or, you know, Steph Curry shoots from half court. Like, yeah, that's just what he does. And so because they get so good at that thing, you start thinking like it's easy. So I like that she put that in there. It looks easy, don't it? Well, when she's that good, people just assume. And I think this is kind of like about her competition. They assume they can be in her place, in her position, because she makes it look so easy. She only makes it look easy because she's the best, right?
And the day I was out in Miami. Got the Lolo on them perks, Lolo on them Zannies. Niggas know my bitch is petty, I ain't talking monies. Pull up with a lot of baddies, don't forget the addies. When I run up in the town, I ain't chitty chatty. Got some real pretty titties that come with a fatty. Too much money, I ain't never need a sugar daddy. I'm the belle of the poor, you could call me Patty.
Yo, Nick, what's good? What's your boy Patty do? Man, you already know we got shit moving out here, man. That these bitches ain't fucking with you. They ain't fucking with the team at all, man. Niggas know that bag heavy, boy. That bag heavy. Niggas get fucking dropped around here. Queens get the money, man. Never faking it, always making it, you heard? Iconic shit, man.
Dope.
Hold on again.
Well, that was the second last song on the album. Keep in mind, it's because I already did the remix version of Good Form. Such a good song. Like, I'm shocked it wasn't bigger, but I'm getting a lot of comments from you guys about how the Queen era was just like this major phase where, like, you know, things were all kind of like set up in the way of Nicki's success. And that's really unfortunate because there's some like really, really strong songs and tracks on this album. And I think that is one of them. I was very, very impressed by that song. So since I've already done that, this happens to be the last song. After this, I'll play the outro and just see what that is. But this is Coco Chanel featuring Foxy Brown. I'm trying to remember if I've done anything from Foxy Brown, but it's not ringing a bell right off the top, so I'm not sure. We'll just go into it and see what we got.
Hold on the gang shit.
Hey yo, Sean. Hey yo, Sean. You're back on the Coco shit, nigga number
Hold on the
one.
gang shit.
Every bitch, blood clot, good. Hey yo. Brooklyn. Kick flex, go. Let's go, baby.
Dame a la coco, yeah, a la coco. Ellos quieren coco, y yo tampoco. Never trust a broke hoe, don't fuck with popo. Número uno, me llama yo.
Yoko Ono? Yoko Uno, that's a reference. She's very smooth switching from the Spanish to the English, and again, this is not the first time me hearing something like that from her, as we've done some of her international collaborations, but I was not expecting this. Let's keep it going.
Pull up in them things and let them things swing. Niggas know my name ring and it go ding ding. If I get an inkling, the thing I sing. Ain't talking about the singer, the thing I sting. Hey yo, if I'm in the Gurkha, then they in the back of it. If I tell them eat food, then they make a snack of it. If they take your cocaine, then they make a crack of it. If they have your gold chain, then they make a plaque of it. No, we never lack on it. Run up with the Mac on it. Put a couple racks on it. They gon' put the whack on it. She got the Nicki bundles worth a stack on it. That's worth a Brooklyn. That's worth a Bucktown. That's worth a Harlem World. Shout out to Uptown. You know I shine on them. I spray sheen on them. That's worth the Southside. Jamaica Queens on them. I'm mad Queens on them. With mad schemes on them.
I'm just pausing it there. So there's a lot of cool stuff happening. I kind of just didn't really talk about it, but this part right here, it might just be it might just be how I'm perceiving these lines. To me, this kind of feels like she's saying like, I think people changing the thing, right? Like that's kind of like, I'm trying to understand if she's talking about somebody that she doesn't like or if it's people that she does like. But I think for me, I'm perceiving it as like, you take the thing that's like high quality and you make it kind of not, right? That's just kind of how I'm perceiving these lines, this sequence of lines right here. I could be perceiving it wrong, but that's just what I see. And then what I was going to say is the reason I paused was the Southside Jamaica Queens. I was watching a 50 Cent interview yesterday. It's like a new interview he did on some channel, on like some podcast thing. Really great interview if you haven't checked it out yet. But at one point he was talking about Nicki and how he really likes Nicki a lot, especially because they're from like the same place. So anyways, that's just what that made me think of. That's why I paused it right here.
On them. I'm mad Queens on them. With mad schemes on them. I never scale back. The triple beams on them. My
scale, triple beam.
Creams on them. Wu-Tang creams on them. I pull up on the block bumping Biggie dreams on them. 100 degrees on them. But I freeze on them. A light breeze on them. I might breeze on them. Might do it like it's Christmas and light trees on them. I see the copycats biting my steez on them. Dame a la coco. Yeah, a la coco. Ellos quieren coco. Y yo tampoco. Never trust a broke hoe. Don't fuck with popo. Número uno. Me llama Yoko.
Yo, that chorus is fire. So smooth with the switch in and out of English and Spanish.
Pull up in them things and let them things swing. Niggas know my name ring and it go ding ding. If I get an inkling, the thing I sing. Ain't talking about the singer, the thing I sting.
Give me some blood clot gunshot. Brooklyn, where the fuck we at? Flatbush, best style. That's my world of big. I'ma murder them rats clot. All black Chloe chaps. Galliano Scully to the back. Fuck my ratchet at. Come make me duck to that. Sit in my chat board. Back like I never left.
I'm assuming this is Foxy Brown. Very interesting style. Unconventional flow pattern, but in a good way, if that makes sense.
Damn, when I come round, boy, y'all bitches better. King Fox, King Kong, back on my chundy nigga. Valentino bling thong, boy, y'all bitches duck me fuck. Nigga, come fuck it up. Bad gal, I back it up. Coke up on my foot, them. Sees pop me, they can print the red board. See them, boss, what for baby, see them chop. Say one try, I. The blood clot, this, but more lemon day. Them bitches in them bum ass, Louis Days. I'm on my clip, blue drip, being herping days. Gun slingers, let me see your gun fingers. Yeah, bitches dick riders.
Little Nicki,
little Ingers.
Dame a la coco, yeah, la coco. Ellos quieren coco, y yo tampoco. Never trust a broke hoe, don't fuck with popo. Número uno, me llama Yoko. Pull up in them things and let them things swing. Niggas know my name ring and it go ding ding. If I get an inkling, the thing I sing. Ain't talking about the singer, the thing I sting. 5+1 is me, Young Chun, and we I can fuck up the place undone. So tell him run, come and bring a lump sum. Hey yo, Fox, they don't make us or break us. Hurt the young guns.
They don't make us or break us. Why does that sound so familiar?
us or break us.
Root the young guns.
Illest to ever do it, turn off fi recognize. On a cartel, them fi free up vibes. They call me Miss Bitch, but I don't miss bitch. Got real shooters, better D up, guys. Who me? I'm physically fine. Who she? Inside we know she dying. Bitch ain't see Billboard in 2017. Had the drag queen on her like a guillotine. All these jealous bitches on the jelly team. Keeping it 100, that's a jelly bean. Capo, Timbini man, ma, vado, Sizzler.
So I went straight into the outro.
Cartel, Bujo, Gosso, Super, cat all over his Ferragamo. I know, Destra, Garcia, Masha, Montano, Jano, Ninja, Man Lady, Store Spice, Tanya, Patra, DJ, Pull Up, Bounty, Killer, Bungie, Garland, Faye, and Lion. Anything we wear, girl, go and try on. Okay. Blessed up by Marley, yes, King Lion. Marching with Lauren Hill to Zion. Caribbean things, what I on. Me and Fox getting paper like we ain't dry on.
Getting paper like what ain't dry on. Yeah, so guys, I didn't pause that one a whole bunch. Not so much because there wasn't stuff there, but more because I found that instrumental a little bit difficult for me to kind of listen to. Like, I almost feel like I'm verging on a headache. Like, it's one of those where I think I would have to be in like the right mood or like looking for the right type of feeling to listen to. That's probably my main criticism of that song, because in terms of like the chorus, especially her coming in and out of English and Spanish, was fire. The verse was good. The feature, it's my first time hearing Foxy Brown. Very, very unique and unconventional flow pattern on like the way she delivered her lyrics. But I liked it. Just the instrumental made it very hard for me to hear. So that's a song that I probably wouldn't always go back and listen to. But as far as the album goes as a whole, because this is the end of the album, we've done this song, which is a fantastic song. Solid album. I think the fact that it didn't get as much traction as it deserves is obviously a really sad reality of what's happened, but I hope that over time, like, people get a chance to like experience it or appreciate it. And I do think that like channels like this genre of YouTube channel is good for that, because I think it not only allows people who are fans and did experience it to relive that moment, but I think it might even help people who didn't get to experience it because of everything that was happening in the climate, in the music industry climate at that time, that stopped her from getting the right exposure that she deserved. It allows us to kind of like maybe relive that moment and do it differently, right? I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. My head's hurting a little bit. That beat just wasn't a good mix with me. If you guys are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. Comment down below. Let me know what I should be checking out next. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you next time.